Hey, this is Dizzy Reed from Guns N' Roses, and you're watching GNR Central. Yeah!
Hey everybody, what's going on, and welcome to GNR Central. And today I want to talk about some of the weird endorsements that Axl Rose has done over his career. And most of these endorsements have happened over the last 5 to 10 years of his career. And the first one I want to talk about is Ultrasone headphones. Now this one didn't really get a lot of fanfare. There wasn't like a huge announcement about it, but this happened in 2013. So Ultrasone ended up putting out a statement, and they said, with CD sales of over 100 million, the American singer and Guns N' Roses frontman Axl Rose is one of the most successful rock artists in the world. Rock legend Rose knows how global hits should sound, and so for some time now he's been using headphones from the Bavarian company Ultrasone for his own listening pleasure. The artist was so pleased with the Edition 8 that he immediately became an official ambassador for the Ultrasone brand. Welcome to the Jungle Paradise City November Rain. Together with his band Guns N' Roses, Axl has written rock and roll history. Even today, the lineup was some of the most successful rock bands in the world, and in 2012 was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, although they seem to forget the part about how he said he didn't want to be inducted. And they said in private, Axl Rose likes to enjoy his favorite music in his own personal way and carefully follows developments in headphone technology. And this is how some time ago he came into contact with Ultrasone AG. Since its inception, the headphone manufacturer from the Bavarian town of Weilenbach near Lake Stromberg has specialized in headphone development and holds more than 60 patents in this sector. So according to one of the marketing people who works with the company, they said, "We are thrilled to have an endorsement from Axl Rose," comments Dragana Zirkel, whose marketing agency, the Don Dexter Agency, is responsible for Ultrasone's artist relations worldwide. They said, "We've been friends with Axl Rose for some time now and are delighted that he's so enthusiastic by using Ultrasone headphones and recommends them to others. It's not only the sound quality of Ultrasone headphones that he values, but also the exquisite workmanship of the Edition's range." So they even had another part of their press release that said Axl Rose delighted with Edition 8. So in particular, Axl Rose swears by Ultrasone's Edition 8 exclusive headphones that enclose the ear, designed for enjoying music at home and on the road. So I was curious, like, how much do these Ultrasone headphones sell for? I've never heard of Ultrasone before, but on Amazon.com, they list, there's only one in stock. So sometimes when there's only limited edition or limited quantities, they will jack up the price to ridiculous amounts. And that one that's available in stock is $1,600 US. But then they've got headphones that start from like $60. There's some that are $880. They're kind of all over the place. A lot of them are $130. And the reviews are mostly good. It's between 3 to 4 stars for these headphones. But what's funny is, like, there was just like 2 press releases I found online, but there's no other mention of Axl promoting Ultrasone. But I remember back in 2013 seeing a press release about this, and I'm like, well, you know, maybe he's using these new headphones for new material he's working on, and we all know how that ended up, basically. And now one of the strangest endorsements that I never thought we'd see Axl do is a wristwatch that happened during the Not in This Lifetime tour. So there's a company named HYT or Height. I'm not really a big watch guy like some guys are, but apparently they sell really expensive watches. So it was announced in November of 2016 that Axl would be endorsing them. Not only is he endorsing them, they're actually creating their own Axl Rose wristwatch that there'll be limited numbers of. So the announcement took place in Dubai because it was one of several introductions occurring during the second week of Dubai's Watch Week, a young event created by the region's largest retailer, Siddiqui & Sons, with the purpose of promoting watch culture. So these are the pictures of Axl, the Axl Rose watch. And basically, Forbes interviewed one of the Height founding members, Vincent Perrard, about the degree of guts it took to enter a cooperation with such a vivacious and provocative personality, and how difficult he expected the partnership with Axl to be. So Perrard diplomatically answered that he expected all to go very well, and even though he was exceedingly confident, I was a bit less so given the rock and roll singer at times controversial history, the writer wrote. But today, a mere 5 months later, Height officially introduced the 25-piece limited edition timepiece designed by Axl Rose called Skull Axl Rose. So in rock and roll years, this time period is perhaps not considered long, but in watch years, rest assured, it's equivalent to about 5 minutes. According to the Height CEO, who personally unveiled the product at Dubai's DIFC, Axl knew what he wanted. They said, "We went backstage the last time AC/DC played in Bern, Switzerland." Perrard said of the singer via press release, who had been touring with the Australian band as a replacement for Brian Johnson back in 2016. He already knew the brand and its innovative rock and roll spirit. He wasted no time in conceiving his own model, whose spirit is very well defined when we discussed it with him. We've created it for him, and this is his watch exactly as he designed it. We were particularly proud of it, and Rose has already been wearing the watch on stage. So the skull axle Rose takes its base, the height skull watch, which Rose has already taken to wearing on stage before. Now the 51mm black DLC coated titanium case with a micro blasted finish is the same as the base watch, but Rose's design sees the emblematic skull made of 256 layers of Damascus steel coated with a blue PVD treatment that has an unusually vivid hue. So the watch, how much does it exactly retail for? It retails for about $100,000, and there's a very limited number of them as well. In fact, there's even some reviews on YouTube you can watch on the watch. So it came out back in December of 2016. So let's go on to our next endorsement that Axel did. So the next one is, of course, the Budweiser commercial that dates back to 2014. The FIFA World Cup is going on in Brazil, and at the end of the commercial, Axl Rose makes a cameo. Now, the commercial features a reimagining of Paradise City. They changed some of the lyrics up. It's basically a story about this young band that's, breaking big, and they're taken to the stage, and then they throw the guitar pick. Or I think it was a guitar pick or the ball cap into the audience, and Axl's there to catch it, and he basically gives his sign of approval to the band. And that basically does it for today's video, looking at some of the weird endorsements that Axl Rose has done. I wasn't sure whether I should include Grand Theft Auto San Andreas because it's not so much an endorsement as he was physically in the game. And it's kind of a shame he's never really done an interview about his part in the game. All I've heard is that they interviewed one of the producers on the game, and he said that he basically was going through some of his old tapes, and he found the tape with Axl, and he said it was like a couple days they worked together, and he did all the voiceovers for that DJ he played in the show, in the game. And yeah, so here's the scene where Axl shows up in the commercial.
One baby, down to the paradise city where the grass is green and the balls is clean. Beba com moderação.